Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be looking at more of our final Saga sleeves. Just wanted to go over some of the quality, some of the updates, and some cool things that we have going on. So probably one of my favorite things that we do make is these anime card sleeves. Yep, they're made to look exactly like they do in the show. They're pretty awesome. If you've gotten them within the last year, you probably have this variant of them. But if you haven't, then prior to that, we had a different formatting for them, but we've updated them since. So if you are curious about this, this is the way we make sleeves now. They do have a rough matte texture, so they are good for playing. One of the things that I've never really been a huge fan of about official card sleeves is a lot of times the rough ones are plain and uninteresting, but here we try to give a little bit of variety in the style and the aesthetic that you can use when you're dueling with your friends. They're good for shuffling, they're good for using. I use them in my deck. We're gonna get into a couple of different variants of that right now. So obviously the anime ones are probably some of the more popular ones, right? Just because like everyone wants to be able to feel like they're in the show. But if you're a little bit more old school than that and you want something a little bit more different, then we also make manga accurate card sleeves, which is really, really sick and a really cool deep cut for people who really appreciate the lore of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you don't know, the backs of the cards in the actual manga are a little different than the show or even in real life. We do have one of the manga issues right here. And as you can see, it's a red and black textured back with a white border. So it's pretty cool to be able to have the opportunity to feel like you're in like the rawest form of Yu-Gi-Oh! Its original source material. So we have two different really cool options here, but that's not all. We actually have one more that I'm personally very excited for. And I'm actually so excited that I've already put them on my actual deck. It's an old deck box that I've had for years. But if you come in here, we also make Dark Side of Dimension card sleeves. These are insane. And as you can see, this is my real deck. This is what I use. Look in here, of course, we're using some Blue Eyes cards here. But these are the Dark Side of Dimension card sleeves. If you have seen the Dark Side of Dimension movie that came out, God, almost 10 years ago now, that's crazy. Kaiba has a virtual dual disc that holograms most of the playing cards. It is still the Zexal back, but they are kind of virtualed out, so they're blue. And actually, as someone who's not a huge fan of the Zexal backs, I do actually like it when they're digitized like this. It gives it a little bit of a unique personality. Case in point, guys, we have a lot of really cool stuff here for all sorts of walks of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga, anime, movie, series, because whether you're a fan of the show, or the original source material, or a big Kaiba guy and a Dark Side of Dimension fan, we at Final Saga want you to feel that you have the individuality to express yourself and duel the way you want to duel, which is the biggest thing, right? Because the fact that you can actually duel with these and play with these and they're not going to scuff and wear out over time, but they have that individuality and personality is huge. You don't want to play with like a boring black, white, or blue sleeve. And a lot of the cool looking sleeves have that high gloss thing going on, and that's mostly for collection. They wear out really quickly, and these have a good little texture to them, so they don't do that. They feel great. And we're not talking about them today, but that being said, if you are looking for more high gloss collection sleeves, we do make some of those as well. These are just two examples of them, Jinzo and Dark Paladin. And we can get into that more in another video. But our mainstay is this textured matte back. You can feel it. You might be able to even hear it. They're great. I know for me, just being able to use the anime back as a card sleeve for a duel is such a crazy notion, and something that I looked for years when I was growing up, and the fact that this exists now is just fantastic. They feel great. They're awesome. Love the color on them too. Anyway, guys, please, if you're interested in any of these sleeves having that ability to duel the way you want to duel, check out us at finalsaga.de. You can use our promo code 5 for 5% off. Give us a follow. Check us out on Instagram as well. We're always making new things. We're always making new card sleeves. And again, they range. Please look at the descriptions of them. We have these matte ones, but we also have these glossy ones as well. That being said, guys, check these out.